Hi guys, welcome to Maybe News. Today I've made you a video about 10 places with crystal clear water. Let's get started. 10. Pig Island. It is an uninhabited island in the Bahamas. The island takes its unofficial name from the fact that it's populated by a colony of pigs that live on the island and in the surrounding shallows. But no one really knows where the pigs came from. There are a lot of theories about it, but for now they are only rumors. One of it says that the pigs were left on the Bahamas by some sailors that were to come back and eat them, but they never returned. The other one states that the local people have brought the pigs to the island to attract the tourists. The third rumor says that the animals rescued themselves from a sinking ship or were brought ages ago by the Spanish or Portuguese conquistadors. In memoirs from the 17th century, sailors recalled that they saw wild pigs living in many of the Caribbean islands. They were either released by accident or just set free by the Europeans. So, the origin of the pigs on the island remains a mystery. However, besides the crystal clear water, there are the main reason why people come to these islands. 9. Minorca is one of the Balearic Islands located in the Mediterranean Sea belonging to Spain. Its name derives from its size, contrasting with the nearby Mallorca. This island have more than 120 beaches and the most beautiful is Cala Massarelleta. The water there is completely transparent, so much that the boats floating near the shore looks like they're suspended in the air. Moreover, there are not a lot of tourists, motels or taki bars, just beautiful nature surroundings. 8. Maldives. Officially, the Republic of Maldives is a small country in South Asia, located in the Arabian Sea of the Indian Ocean. Crystal clear water, breathtaking beaches, and sunny days brings the tourists to the island for a long time now. But in the beginning of the 90s, the government in Mali had to urgently address the problem of the avalanche of waste produced by the growing tourism industry. It was decided that the landfill would be built on an artificially built garbage island named Tilafushi. More than 300 tons of rubbish is brought to Tilafushi a day, most of which comes from Mali. Thanks to the garbage island, the Maldives are now clean and the tourist industry is getting bigger and bigger, but I'm not really sure that was the good solution to the problem. And how do you feel about it? 7. Fernando de Noronha is an archipelago of 21 islands and islets in the Atlantic Ocean, 354 kilometers offshore from the Brazilian coast. In the 1988, about 70% of the archipelago was declared as a marine national park to protect both the terrestrial and marine environment. To help preserve the island's natural landscapes and conserve the delicate ecosystem that thrives there, the number of tourists that can visit Fernando de Noronha is about 450 to 500 people per day. Due to ocean currents from the equatorial region in Africa, the water that surrounds the island is very warm. So diving into depths up to 40 meters, you don't have to use a foam, and the visibility is great up to 50 meters into the ocean. Interestingly, a Brazilian ship sank here in 1987 and it still lies in good condition at the depth of 28 meters, which is a great attraction for tourists. 6. Tulum. Tulum is a town, area, beach, coastline in the Mayan Riviera, Mexico's most eastern tip with nothing but the Caribbean Ocean in front of it. In the 90s, as a result of migration, it was the fastest populating place in Mexico, which resulted in the creation of a new city. And then in 2008, the village was granted town rights. Tulum has topped nearly every travel list in recent years, bringing more and more tourists from across the globe, which has led to an increase in hotels, restaurants, and boutique shops, as well as a significant uptick in prices. And no one wonders why, because under the transparent water you can see colorful fish, shells, and on the shore sunbathing lizards. Without any doubts, Tulum is one of the most amazing places in the world and a real miracle of nature. 5. Lefkada. Lefkada is a breathtaking island located in the heart of the Ionian Sea, connected with the mainland by a small bridge. In ancient times, the island was known because of the Temple of Apollo and the rocks where the criminals were thrown down. According to a legend, Saphona, a Greek poet, threw herself from the so-called White Rock. The locals are engaged in fishing and the production of salt from seawater, and the island also produces wines, grows citrus trees, and olives. Mass tourism has not yet arrived here, so many villages have retained their unique character. Lefkada has numerous beaches, many of which appear in the rankings of the most beautiful places in Greece. 4. Cornwall. Cornwall is the only county in England to have only one bordering county, that being Devon. The island is famed for its world-renowned beaches, which make it a surfing heaven in the UK, as well as one of the leading holiday destinations. Cornwall is characterized by its wild moorland landscapes, long and varied coastline, and mild climate. Cornwall benefits from some of the best beaches in the southwest, but during the summer months, they can become tourist traps. 3. Aitutaki. Aitutaki, also traditionally known as Araura, is one of the Cook Islands north of Rarotonga. Aitutaki is the second most visited island on the Cook Islands, but what is interesting, the hotels do not exist there. However, this small inconvenience does not stop the tourists from visiting the island. There are a lot of things to do there. For example, you can go windsurfing, hike Mount Mongapu, or do some scuba diving. The best way to explore Aitutaki is on two wheels, a scooter that is, but the best attraction of this place is the local lagoon. 2. Culebra. Culebra is a small island located 17 kilometers east of the mainland of Puerto Rico. It was ceded to the US by the Spanish at the end of the Spanish-American War. Isla Culebra means Island of a Snake. In the resort of Flamenco Beach, known for its excellent conditions for swimming, sport fishing and diving, we can find a horseshoe-shaped bay with a beach called Playa Flamenco. From 1903 to 1975, the island was a training ground for the US Navy. A rusty tank was left on the beach at the time, which now looks very impressive in the tropical scenery. 1. Sala Mariolu. Situated in the middle of the east coast of Sardinia, the beach is a real gem. Shallow and crystalline water, soft bright sand, and picturesque views makes it an ideal place to relax. Due to its crystal clear water, it is a favorite place for tourists. Small shells, colorful fish, or stones of unusual shapes, all this can be seen with the naked eye. And that's all for today. Thanks guys for watching, and see you in the next episode.